I can say that this carrot was rare, but I thought, man, forget it. Yo, Holmes, the Bel-Air.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. Season 2 of Bel-Air just aired and it looks like it's going to be a pretty good season. I must say that this first episode, pretty good to bring us back in, get us reacquainted with the characters and pick up where we left off. Of course, we know that Will got frustrated and he ran away because his dad showed up and Lou just didn't want him. So now Will's got to deal with the family. He's moved out. He also got girl issues. So it looks like it's going to be a tough season for Will, but we know he can handle it. Now, before we jump into this and break down and recap, if you like Bel-Air content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now, we got Will's issues. We got Carlton's. And Carlton, he's just trying to fit in because it looks like a lot of people turned their back on him since he's linked up with Will. So let's jump into it. This is the recap of episode 1, Bel-Air, season 2. We start the episode off with Will. Now we know that he's living over with our boy Jazz. He's sleeping on the couch because he had to get up out of Uncle Phil's house. That was not the place for Will to be, especially after all the election and all that nonsense he had to deal with. Will got low. Now we see him get up and he goes down to go get some breakfast for him and Jazz. Now when he's there, there's a gentleman named JB and he shows up with some money. And he's like, hey man, your uncle, your connect, Doc, this scout, whoever he is, JB, can you put me in touch? Because Will wants to have people look at him and start scouting him to move forward. He lost all of his potential scholarships when he moved from Philly to LA. The first thing we see from the Banks is them enjoying the most important meal of the day. And they're having breakfast, some fresh fruit, and everyone's here at the house except for Will. Now Carlton, he seems like he's in a better spirit. He's headed out, and it turns out that it's baby Ashley's birthday. Now they're throwing her a party. Ashley doesn't want any gifts this year. She's turning 13. She's becoming a young adult, pre-teenager right now. She doesn't want any gifts. The only thing she wants for her birthday is for her cousin Will to come back. Since Will moved out, he had to give the car back to the Bankses. Now that's only right. You ain't gonna live up under the roof. You can't drive the car, even if it ain't got a roof. Now Carlton comes and picks him up. They head into school. They got their own little handshake down. So we see that they're actually close this year. When they get on campus, Will is like, man, don't worry about it, Carlton. I got you, man. You know what I'm saying? Will's got a little bit of money. Now Carlton's looking and he's thinking, is it drugs? How is Will getting this money? And Will is saying, I'm independent now. I'm actually out here hooping. Things is straight for me. I got options. Yeah, I can't live with Jazz forever, but that's why I'm out here hooping on the weekends to make a little bit of extra money. Carlton and Will's relationship has gotten closer this season. They think they're Batman and Robin right now, and I don't think that this duo is going to be that shabby. They might be able to put up some good numbers together, but there is a new love interest in the building. Her name is Yasmin. The only thing is, Carlton likes her, but he doesn't know how he can talk to her because they don't have any of the same classes. Will said, oh, don't worry about that. I can handle it. Anytime Will says he can handle something, you have to think that it's about to be a bad idea. Maybe for you, it might work. It might end up good for Will. It's going to be bad for you. Aunt Viv has been nervous because she's about to get an article placed into a magazine. Now, with this fellowship, we're going to be bringing in new artists and displaying their talent, basically getting everybody exposure. So now she's giving these answers and the ladies listen. She's like, oh, that's good. Very nice. Oh, really? So Aunt Viv, she has an initiative that she wants to put in place for any of these up and coming, probably predominantly black artists, which is good. Bring them in, display their artwork so it can get out to the masses. Will and Lisa didn't end on good terms. And all of this happened because he was lying to her dad about who he was. And after a little background check, yeah, Will was a thug back in the day, but he's changed now. He's at Bel-Air. He's a different man. Now Lisa wants to actually talk to Will about everything that they've been going through, but today she's busy. Ashley's having a birthday party and Will's like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to that. So they might not have this conversation at all because Will isn't dealing with the Banks family. Well, he is the kids. It's more of Phil. Our girl Hilary, she's still living in the influencer house. Now, if you remember the guy that previously was the owner of it, he was behind on it. So now she stepped up with her quote unquote business partner. Even though we all know that she was talking bad to Hilary last season, they're business partners. And she got like some Ivy water or something like that. It doesn't sound good. Ivy H2O. Now it's a new day in the house. They want to have it all females. And hey, promote this water. But Hilary doesn't like that. She's looking at her business partner, quote unquote, side-eyed. And of course, she goes and complains to her bae about how it's living in this house. Now, we hear Jazz say, sometimes the boss, you got to do the dirty work. He had a mop and a bucket. That's how it is sometimes. You got to work, you got to grind like that. But he wants everyone to know that him and Hilary are dating. He wants to show up to Ashley's birthday party together, but Hilary's like, nah, I don't think we should do that. Let's just keep it on the low right now. She don't want anyone to know that she's dealing with Jazz. Will's been having a pretty busy day, and guess who pops up on him? None other than Geoffrey. Geoffrey's like, hey, what's going on, Will? So it's good for them to see each other, because you got to understand, Geoffrey was getting Will out of a lot of nonsense in the first season. Also, he put hits out on people. I don't know what happened in Philly. All I know is people came up missing. And basically what he's telling Will right here is, Will, Uncle Phil loves you. He may not express it how you think he should, but he loves you. He loves you enough that he fired me because of the mistakes I made when my judgment was clouded. So Geoffrey is trying to tell him, hey, even though me and Uncle Phil, we got our differences, I still respect him as a man, and you should do the same, because he's only looking for the best interest of Will. And to prove that Geoffrey actually means that, he went directly to the Banks' house after this and apologized. But he also let them know, hey, look, Will's reverting back to his old Philly ways. You might need to give him a little bit of guidance, or he could get lost in these streets. Now he apologizes. Uncle Phil, he hears it, but he ain't really listening. But we know that he's taking it in consideration that Geoffrey is actually owning up to his mistake. This is kind of the same thing that Will wants Phil to do. Own up to his mistake and apologize for it. That's all it is. It's just a little apology. But Phil says thank you, and that's the end of that. Before heading to Ashley's birthday party, Will and Jazz are having a heart-to-heart. Jazz is saying, hey, you need to talk to your family, because he low-key wants to get his couch back, and Will will get out of his socks. But while all this is going on, JB actually called Will and said, hey, get down to Venice Beach right now. Doc is going to be here. Hey, you can impress him. Now they get down there, and Will's walking up talking about, hey man, my name Will, I'm from Philly. He's like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna have to show your game. We don't care about none of that. While Will gets sent to the bench to wait for the next game, he gets attacked by some little dog, and the dog name is Fluffy. You don't want to go one-on-one with this dog. This dog can get on your ankle. It could get ugly for you. Now, we don't know this lady's name yet, but it is Jackie, and she's looking at Will talking about, hey, you need to go out there and just show your game. You can't talk about it. You got to show it, especially out here in the beach. Will doesn't get to get in any of the pickup games, but all of a sudden there's an open slot to play against this tall dude. He looked like about 6'8", 6'9"-ish. He shows up, and Will has to play him one-on-one. Now everyone's thinking he's about to get beat. They play in a 7, gotta win by 2. Now when the game first starts, I'm talking about this guy is dunking on Will. I'm like, this is ugly. I'm headed to my car, and then all of a sudden he misses a layup. Will gets the ball, and I hear the crowd going crazy. I turn around, Will's out here dunking. Will's doing step backs, behind the backs. Oh my God, oh, reverse layup. Will Smith is out here winning. Will dunks for the game winner. The crowd goes crazy. And then Jackie gives him her name. Will's out here winning, y'all. Will was out here hustling and macking at the basketball court. They're a little late for the yacht party. Jazz is speeding, Will's getting changed, and now they on the dock. I'm talking about full-out sprint to try to catch this yacht. Ashley turning up for her 13th birthday party. I think my 13th birthday party, we was in the kitchen. Now the party's getting started. You know, us adults, we having a couple of drinks, and Ivy was asking our girl Hilary, is that man Jazz single? She like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, he's single. You know, they messing around, but hey, man, you snooze, you lose. Ivy pushing up on Jazz, and you know, Jazz ain't about to turn down a good dance. During all of this, Carlton goes and talks to his dad and convinces him that, hey, maybe you need to talk to Will. This would be the perfect time. It seems like you're avoiding him. Now, him and Will, they haven't spoken in a while, and they actually go down and they have a little conversation with each other. And Uncle Phil is apologizing for what he did. And he's also telling Will, no matter what, how hard I am on you, I love you. I'm doing whatever I can to ensure that you're going to have a better life. And whether you stay gone, moved out, or you come back, just know I'm here for you and I love you. So whenever you're ready, you can come back home. So Will's hearing this and he's understanding exactly what Geoffrey was saying. Happy birthday, Ashley. Happy 13th birthday, Ashley. This is a night to remember. A yacht party. Sweetie singing the happy birthday to you. Everybody's just having a grand old time, man. This is a party right here, y'all. Will and Lisa finally get to have that conversation. At first, Will wasn't going to come. She said she was going to be busy until tonight. And they finally get a chance to talk to each other. But it doesn't go the way Lisa wants it to go. Now, Will admits that he loves her. He's just saying right now, with me lying and trying to figure things out, I think we need to take a break apart from each other. Now, she was hoping that they got back together. She didn't care about all the lies. They worked past that already. But Will sees a bigger picture and he's thinking, maybe I need to fall back so I can continue doing my hustling thing, make some money and get focused. But he doesn't want to hurt Lisa also. Now, when he walks off, he gives her a kiss on the forehead and she says, I love you too. But he doesn't hear it. So right now, Will's out there and Lisa's just waiting for him to realize that she was the best thing for him. And shoot, after that party, Will heard he could come back home. He got his bags quickly and came back to the crib. Now he got his own car. He's about to get his allowance again. Yeah, life seems a little bit better. We seen Ivy was pushing up on Jazz. She wanted to know if he was single or not. And Hilary said he was. So when they get to the house, she's like, oh, such a gentleman. She ends up kissing him in front of everybody. And we all looking like, damn, you gonna let that slide, Hilary? And Hilary's like, all right, that's it, Ivy. Jazz is taken. We go together. Jazz, I want you to be my man. He like, hell yeah, he been waiting on this. So she finally stepped up and asked for what she wanted, and that is Jazz. And just as I expected, this Doc character, him and JB, they aren't who they seem. Now, he's looking at Will's number and he's saying, man, he didn't do that good. So bring your A game. And he actually calls Will and let him know, hey, I'm going to bring you in. But once he gets off the phone, the reason he's bringing Will in is because Phillip Banks, they call him Billionaire Banks. Billionaire Banks. They're about to try to extract money, extort it from Will. All right, there you go. Episode 1 of Bel-Air. Let me know what you think about this Doc and JB character. Are they going to be harassing our boy Will the whole season? And is our boy Carlton going to actually get Yasmin out of the BSC? You know what I'm saying? The black student. Yeah. Is he going to get her up out of there? She is the president. That'll be a good look for him. Plus, they Batman and Robin. But let me know what you think. If you like Bel-Air content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Tune in Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a whole breakdown of all the characters. 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there. Thanks for watching. I'm out.